What makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine? Even if you call me up on.
And we're back. Welcome to another Hans and Honey segment of the show, where I just kind of give you my thoughts. We're going to be having a special conversation today. We're talking about the word nigga. Yes, all right. Interesting conversation to have. But I'm going to give y'all what I believe is the truth about the word. And the truth about the rules around the word and why I won't allow for my non-black friends or my white friends or whatever to say the N-word. It's not going to be what you think. Now, granted, there's going to be a lot of name calling out of this. A lot of people going to be upset after I say what I have to say. But let me tell you this right now. I don't care. I don't care at all. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the word nigga. All right. So the first thing is, yes, you are right. The rules around the word nigga make absolutely no sense whatsoever. I agree. All right. Here we have a word that was the historical context around the word was a very derogatory, demeaning, dehumanizing way of shaming people of color, shall we say. And what those same people have done is they've taken the word back, and now we use it as a term of endearment, a way of greeting each other, and this, that, and third. And listen, I use the word, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem telling you, I use the word, but the rules around it make no sense. It's alleged that when white people use it, there's a double meaning under. But I disagree. I think there's two versions of the word. I think there's the social word, the social version of the word, and then there's the plantation version of the word. And I think if a person really means to use the plantation version of the word, they will use it. But I think people who use it socially have no double meaning under. All right. I've heard all kinds of white folks use the term in secret behind closed doors, not to shame each other or, down each other. They use it the same way we use it, but we don't like to acknowledge that because we don't own shit, so we might as well claim a word, right? like that means anything. It doesn't mean anything, right? But you can't own a word. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a cable guy. I remember going into a young lady's house, and she had a son, and he was in there on the PlayStation, and he was playing online, and him and his little friends was calling each other, nigga. Like it was like whatever. Like I didn't say anything. It's just like the kids. You got white kids and Hispanic kids and Asian kids who are growing up in America, and they don't know anything about, slavery or any of that stuff. All they know is that their favorite artists, their favorite actors, their favorite whomever on hell, their favorite streamers online are using the word. They don't know that there's this heinous context around the word. And yeah, sure, you can educate them, but that doesn't, just because you educate them doesn't mean that now when they use the word, they're trying to call you the hard ER. That's not how that works. But I would venture to say, nobody can own a word. It makes no sense, right? But if we're going to say that we own the word, then women should be able to own the word bitch. Let's keep it a bean. Women, when they use it, it's a term of endearment, right? They use it to greet each other. Bitch, oh my God, bitch, yes, bitch, no, all that shit. So if black people can own the N-word, then women should be able to own the B-word. When we use it, there's a double meaning under, right? A female dog. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't mean that seriously, but I'm just saying, if we're going to make it make sense that a whole group of people can own a word, then you might as well start dishing out words to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I have more respect for black people who say don't use the word at all. I can respect that. Because it's consistent. It makes sense. We shouldn't be using the word at all. I can get with that versus some people's like, oh, nah, you can't say that word. We own that word. But let me get into the reason why I won't allow my non-black friends to use the word. And remember, we're still talking about the word
nigga.
all right? The first reason why is because the assumption that you can use the word is disrespectful. Well, the assumption that you can use the word around a black person that you don't know is disrespectful. Even if I don't really care too much about, like, I know you use it. I know behind closed doors, all y'all use it. It's an addicting word. I'm right there with you. Like, it's hard not to do it. Like, all your favorite artists use it. Your favorite streamers, YouTubers, whatever, they use it. So I know you use behind closed doors, but you should never assume that you can use it. If you assume it, I won't beat your ass. And that's a problem. And it's not just the N-word. Saying anything that would presumably be offensive to anybody is assuming they won't beat your ass. That's disrespectful. You know the historical context around the word. You know all the politics around it. And so you're like, well, how would you go about asking the person? The thing is, in my opinion, you shouldn't. And the reason why is because of the second reason. If you get too used to using the word around me, you're gonna put us both in a situation. I bring you around my friends who are black, you know, and some of them might be about that life, others may not be. And you come over and you like, yo, what up, my nigga? And they looking at me like, they ain't looking at you, they looking at me. Because they want to see what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna say. Now remember, I don't really care too much about the word like that. I don't think you mean anything offensive by it. I'm not stupid. But to them, like I told y'all before, there's a lot of people whose entire identity is built around their race. I don't live life like that, but they do. So I can't control how they react to it. Maybe I'm dating a white girl or something like that, and we together, and she's so used to the music we listen to, and maybe I allow her to say nigga, and then we go to a family function and we get around people like my auntie, and just in the midst of conversation, she says, oh, I take care of my nigga. My auntie gonna go, she gonna look at me, I ain't gonna say nothing, and she's gonna give me the beats. I'm talking about And then after she get finished giving me the beats, the whole family gonna give her the beats. And then we gotta deal with all type of lawsuits and stuff, because you know white folks ain't going for that. White folks, they pulling out lawyers. And I ain't talking about them BS lawyers that be on the radio in the morning talking about dial 1-800-411-PAIN. They pulling out lawyers where they gonna sue you for every penny you got and every penny you gonna earn in the future. We ain't gotta deal with all that. So that's why I'm like, I don't believe that you mean anything derogatory when you say the word. I know you mean it as a term of endearment, trying to greet someone. I understand that. But the problem is, due to the context around the word, and I can't control the way that other black folks around me respond to you saying the word, I cannot, I will not, and I have not allowed you to say it. So I hope that explains it. And I hope that we can come to some kind of understanding on that one. So I'll talk to y'all later.
Let's go. Hey. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Slide to the crib.